How long did it take to put on the Vecna makeup?
The first one of these. So when we first did it, it took 15 hours, about that, the first time we tried it on. And then we managed to get that down to about 7 hours.
Please welcome Jamie Campbell Bauer. There you go, got a microphone for you. Thank you so much. Grab a seat, hang out.
That was fucking mortifying. My God. Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello. How are we? Is everyone having a nice time? Good.
Good. Do you mind if we get to some questions, or you want to talk a bit?
No, let's open this up. I will talk once questions are asked.
Okay, let's hit the first row. Kyle, can you hit the first row?
Right, and everyone else, please line up over here.
Okay, and you guys can line up over here. I'll get you.
So I have been a longtime fan just because of the Mortal Instruments. I've read every book front to back. You were the best personification of Jace Wayland I have ever seen in my life. Going into the Mortal Instruments, did you know anything about the books or the lore, or maybe even how to draw runes by chance?
In all honesty, when I was asked to audition for the part, no, I had no idea. And then my process is that of like diving in as far as I possibly can do and getting involved and understanding the character. So of course, when I got the job, I was like, like face down in the books, getting involved in it, sending the producers emails, sending them possible references that I could use, and yeah, so no, but I couldn't draw a rune for shit. I still can't really. When people ask me, I'm like, are you sure you want me to do that? So yeah, that's what I got for you there. Thank you for your question.
Thank you for being a part of my childhood too.
Oh, thank you for letting me be a part of your childhood. That's really sweet. Yeah, that means a lot. Thank you.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Yes, this is the third time now.
It is.
I have a question.
Third time's a charm.
Right? And man, I'm going to start thinking we're, I don't know. No, so...
I have no idea what to say.
When I had met you earlier, we talked about Sweeney Todd.
Right.
And I actually saw that in theaters because I grew up loving Johnny Depp, and I loved Alan Rickman as Severus Snape. And I've seen interviews where you talk about working with Johnny Depp. But I want to know from your side of things how it is working with Alan Rickman.
I got some good stories.
I want to hear them.
All right, so, obviously we tragically lost Alan a few years back. And one of my lasting memories from knowing him, from working with him, was at the premiere of the film. And this is testament to the kind of man that he was. I'm with my mom and my godmother, and they become like 14-year-old girls around Johnny Depp. They're like freaking out. They're like, oh my God, I meet Johnny Depp. So I'm like, fuck's sake. Okay, all right. So I take them over. My godmother's like, have you been to Madame Tussauds to go see yourself? And he's like, what the fuck? I'm so sorry. He didn't actually say what the fuck, but you could tell. Anyway, so I'm with my mom and my godmother, and then I'm looking for my dad, and I turn around, and I just see him and Alan sat on a couch in the corner, just talking like regular people. And that meant so much to me, to see somebody that I admired just being a real person with a member of my family. It meant so much to me. So that's one of my lasting memories. And I think also just like he had such a big heart, such a big soul. He was very fun, very intense to work with, obviously, because we had to do some pretty crazy stuff together. But yeah, I got nothing but love and joyous memories from that time working with him and working on that film, full stop. But yeah, he was a real guy. He was a real dude. So yeah, a lot of love for that guy. A lot of love. Rest in peace.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello again.
Hi. My question is related to the Mortal Instruments. If you could pick any rune, one rune in particular, what would it be?
Jesus Lord. Give me strength. Probably the Fearless rune, because it's the one that people ask me to draw all the time, and it's the one that I can actually do. Does that answer your question in a really bad way? There you go.
It's perfect.
You're welcome.
Hi, Jamie. It's so
Hey.
awesome to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So my question was, like, what was your favorite part, like, during Stranger Things to film?
I get asked this question a lot, and my answer is always the same. And again, it's a bit of a cop-out, but all of it. I didn't expect to get that job. You know, being given the opportunity to work on a project like that is a 100% blessing. So I went into that filled with nothing but gratitude. And that's how I still feel about the show. So all the memories that I have, and they are vast and varied, as you can imagine, are just the best ones ever. So there is no one day, there is no one scene. I mean, you know, obviously at the end of 7, when, you know, we discover who, you know, Henry is one and Vecna, and he has the turn, you know, that was a very intense 3-day process of shooting that scene. But so that's a very strong memory, but all of them are my favorite memories. I mean, yeah, all right, I could be funny and say freaking kids out is fun. It is. But like, all of it was great. All of it was great because there was such a journey that I went on in the show and in my life. And yeah, it's nuts. It feels really crazy. So that's my answer. Thank you so much.
And we're going to go to this side of the room for some. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Jamie.
Nice to see you properly.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Can I bring music into this?
You can bring music wherever you like.
Perfect. I just got to say, your music, you've jumped so many times to different kind of genres and stuff, and I love it. But what inspired you to go to country?
I always have written country music. Somebody tagged me in a tweet the other day that I had posted in like 2014 saying, just want to be a country music star. And I think for me, like, what country does so well is it's storytelling. You know, it's the storytelling aspect of music, which I really, really value. And I think also, like, for me in country, I am able to, like, peel layers back as well and go to, like, gospel and soul. And this country has such a rich history of music that for me now, what I'm able to do is, like, last month I was like down in Memphis hanging out with these guys called the High Rhythm Section, that were the band that tracked for Al Green on songs like Let's Stay Together. And I was at Royal Studios down there, and I went and hung out at Sam Phillips Audio. Sam was the guy that started Sun Studios. So, you know, where Elvis and Roy Orbison and all these, you know, Johnny Cash, all these like absolute legends recorded. So for me, I think now, like, what I really like about it is I guess there's an honesty to it. There's a real honesty to that side of music. And yeah, I love it. I fully, you know, I'm English, so I'm not like full country. So I mean, yes, I grew up in the country, but like, you know, I'm not from America, you know, but like I'm doing my thing and doing it my way, and just trying to pay homage to all of that shit and where it comes from, basically.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Got a question? Next question?
Hi.
Hey.
I was wondering if you had a favorite scene that you filmed during the Mortal Instruments.
I loved doing all the fight stuff. I loved learning how to like swing a sword, and I got to do like a front flip onto a table, which was pretty cool. And like, I got to do a lot of wire work as well. Yeah, probably the fight stuff was my favorite. You know, I'm still like a little kid at heart. So like, you know, put a sword in my hand, I'm gonna go for it, you know. So yeah, that stuff was probably my favorite. Yeah, intense, nice and intense. I like intense too, if you couldn't tell.
Next question.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So I know we're all here about film and TV, but I'm a big reader. So I was just wondering if you could perfectly encapsulate what a book made you feel and how you read it. What book would you turn into a film?
Damn. There's been a book that I've always wanted to turn into a film called The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Yeah, it's a really good story. I think there's a lot to be had in that. I always saw someone like Tom Hanks playing the lead in that movie. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I grew up when I was about 15. That's kind of when I discovered Kerouac and Allen Ginsberg and kind of American literature, and I was discovering Bob Dylan at the same time. So, you know, they've already made like On the Road, you know, but I'd love to try that again. That would be fun. Or just maybe be in it. That would have been nice. Bastards.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One more question, and then we'll go to the other side.
Thank you. Hi. Oh, thank you. Hi.
Hello again.
Hi.
Hi.
I feel like people always. Wow. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
This girl is so fun.
Please don't.
I won't. I promise.
Wow. Gone. Okay, it's back. Hi. So I know people often ask you questions about like film and like what's your favorite, what's your least favorite, and blah blah blah. But I was kind of curious, like with fans and interactions with that, have you ever had like a favorite like funny moment or like anything that stuck out to you that made you kind of be like, I love these people?
Oh gosh. Yeah. Well, I mean, I love these people is always there. Like that never goes away. But like, I had a really heavy and beautiful experience recently in a town called Telford. Where I think it was in Telford. Yeah, it was in Telford, where I was doing a photo op, and I saw this kid out the corner of my eye, and he had this big sign saying, "Cancer tried to take my dad, but we beat it, and so we're here." That was fucking moving. So yeah, you know, it's just real shit like that I really love, and there's never a day that goes by that I'm not grateful for anyone that supports what I do, that allows me to be in this position. You know, it's because of you that I'm able to make art. I'm under no illusions. So you are my employers, and I'm incredibly grateful, and I've nicked that from Johnny, but it's the truth. It's the truth. So, thank you.
And we're going to head to the other side of the room and do 4 questions.
Hi, Jamie.
Hey, God, it's so hot in here, isn't it? Are you hot?
Yes, I am.
It's like muggy. It's like I can like taste you all.
I'm fine.
That's why I'm chewing this gum so vigorously.
First of all, thank you so much for your brilliant performance. I'm obsessed with so many of your characters. To say a few, Gellert Grindelwald, Wagner.
I jumped out a window as Gellert Grindelwald. Let's not overstate it. Come on.
I mean, but like he's charming. So
thank you.
You are charming.
That I do know.
I mean, I find myself always easily attracted by villains, and you happen to play many of them. So I wonder, is there anything in specific in those villains that you see make you pick those roles, and how did you make those roles so attractive?
I think those roles pick me more than anything. And I think for me, one of the things about a villainous role or a character that is deemed as bad, and one of the fundamental core beliefs that I have is that people are not born bad. We are all a product of our environment. It's the age-old question of nature versus nurture, right? And I very much fall on the side of nurture, at least at the moment. At the age I am, at 35, with what I know, that's what I think, right? So for me, what's interesting about those characters is how did they get to be the way that they are? What made them that? And it's something that I'm fascinated in with all of us. What makes us the way that we are? Who are we and why? So I think I'm probably cast in those roles because I'm sort of angelic, but equally at the same time, there's a sort of darkness going on. It's mysterious. He's mysterious. What a wanker. So yeah, that's what I'm interested in, is digging in, finding out why people are. You know, I played a couple of good guys, and that's been real tough. I'm like, why is this person so nice? They had a terrible childhood, yet they seem to be okay about it. That ain't me. So yeah, that's my answer. Thank you. I seem to end all questions by saying, that's my answer. Thank you.
Hey, Jamie.
Hey.
So I know that in Twilight, you enjoy the fact that Caius is always perpetually angry at people.
Yeah, he's a little bitch.
So I was wondering that with your bubbly personality and how giggly you are, was it hard for you to stay serious on set?
As Caius?
Yes.
Oh, yes, it was incredibly difficult. You put Christopher Heyerdahl in there, who played Marcus as well. We were nightmares. We were absolute terrors. We were very much into Peter Cook and Dudley Moore at the time. And so we just like start to wear those characters in our full character suit and say the most stupid shit, stuff about bums and willies and all sorts of weird shit. So no, we were naughty. We were very, very badly behaved. You can rest assured that they're underneath the sort of, majestic darkness of it all were 2 3-year-olds. Thank you for your question.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello.
So my question is, did you have any funny or bad mishaps with any of your costumes?
Any of my costumes? God, you're taking me right back here. I'll tell you something. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. There is nothing more devastating as an actor when you have to go to work and you know you've got a sex scene coming up. And you walk into your trailer and you're used to having some fucking costume hanging on like a rail. You walk in there and there's no costume on the rail, but on your right-hand side, there's a flesh-colored sock. Fortunately, that's never fallen off. But, it's like a flesh-colored sock and some like Elastoplast tape. You got to like stick that onto bits of yourself that you'd never normally be hanging around in. It's pretty savage. Taking it off's even worse. Yeah, it's like a good wax. Fellas, listen up. Thank you.
Gonna head back over here, Jamie. This gentleman has a question.
What is your favorite part about filming the Vecna scene with Sadie Sink?
Hello, young man. It's lovely to see you again. What is my favorite part? I'll tell you a funny story. I was going to say this about your question about costumes. Sadie's amazing. She's an amazing actor. She said some very, very kind things about me, and I feel the same way. She's incredibly patient and incredibly dedicated. But when we were doing that scene, there's that bit. Do you remember where Max pulls the vine of Vecna, pulls one of the tendrils, and he steps back? And that whole floor was really wet. And so I, on the first take, really gave it a full, step back. Rah! I slipped and I fell over. And everybody gasped. And I thought, oh, that's so sweet. They're really worried about me. They weren't worried about me. They were worried about the costume. They were worried about Vecna. They come up, they're like, oh my God, is everything okay? So that's one of my favorite memories. But that, and also I think standing at the top of there's a photograph of it out there, but it's like standing at the top of the I don't even know what you call it, mountains, rocks, bones, whatever, as she's running away. And the camera was tracking in on a big crane. And it was just one of those moments where I thought, God, this is so cool. I feel so awesome right now. So yeah, that was another one of my favorite memories too. Does that help? You happy? All right. Good.
And do you have a question?
We aim to please.
Very nice.
Who was your favorite to work with on the Stranger Things set?
That's like picking a favorite child. I can't do that. I worked a lot with Mills. Millie and I had some heavy shit to do together. And that kid she's not a kid anymore, but she is because I'm old. She's amazing. She's just so in it. And it's like playing sport with somebody who is better than you. It just makes you up your game. But don't get me wrong. I love Sades. I love them all. They're all amazing. But Mills and I really bonded during that time. We had a lot of crazy stuff to do. So, I got a lot of love for her. She's like my sister. She's cool.
Okay. Next question.
Hey, Jamie, what's up?
Hey, not much. How you doing? I'm just sat on a stage in front of, 100 people or so.
Yeah, no pressure.
Pretty weird, yeah.
No pressure. If you had any, super character you could play, would you rather be a good guy or do you like playing the villain?
As long as I could wear underpants over my trousers, I'd be happy. Thank you so much.
One more question, and then we'll bounce over to the other side.
All right, so I've been like a fan of your voice and your music since I was like 8 years old, listening to you sing Joanna and Sweeney Todd. And obviously, you released Heaven in Your Eyes like a month ago. Do you have any more music like in the works?
Yeah, all the time. So as I was saying, I was just hanging out in Memphis and met this guy called Matt Ross Spang. Matt used to be an engineer at Sun and has now got his own spot. And so Matt and I are planning on doing some work together. I mean, I'm always writing, I've got various projects that will be labors of love for a really long time. No, there'll be more. We're not done. It's not dry. I'm gonna keep going, but I like to, when I do things, I like to feel fully connected to them. That's what I like to do. So anything that I put out, I really believe in. It's that kind of thing. Thank you.
And we'll head back over.
Hello again.
Hello. I just wanted to know what's your go-to karaoke song and why?
I haven't been to karaoke for so long, but probably Living on a Prayer just because it's absolutely obnoxious. You can really just scream that into the mic and nobody cares. I'm not that guy that's I'm going to do Frank Sinatra, fuck you all. Look at how smooth I am. Yeah, probably that. Thank you.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello again.
I was wondering, if you could be any other character besides Anthony and Sweeney Todd, who would you be?
Oh, that's such a good question. I don't know, man. Pirelli would be super fun. I'm really bad at comedy in front of a camera. Stick a camera in front of me, I suck at comedy. But I also, I don't know, Toby, Nothing's Gonna Harm You is just the most beautifully written song. It's stunning. So, and I just saw Gaten, I didn't go to the show, but I saw it online. I saw the live recording that he did. That guy smashed it out of the park, man, just fully belting it out there. And I would have probably chosen to go to head voice, on those top notes. And he just fully in chest giving it. I respect that big time. So, yeah. Thank you.
Moral support. Hi, Jamie.
Hello.
If you could be any of your characters in real life, who would you be?
Caius. That hair is so fine. That cloak, my God. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi.
Hey.
So before I ask this question, I just want to thank you for taking a picture with my sister. She's been talking about it all day nonstop.
Oh, I'm glad she's happy.
My question for you is, how long did it take to put on the Vecna makeup?
The first one of these. So when we first did it, it took 15 hours, about that, the first time we tried it on. And then we managed to get that down to about 7 hours. So I was getting to work at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was leaving home at 2 a.m., getting to work at 3, starting to shoot at 10, doing 10-hour day, and then an hour off at the end of the day. So all in all, we're looking at 19, 18-hour days, which is fun. I love it. I got to be the first guy on set. That's kind of cool. It kind of makes it feel like it's your home. So yeah. Thank you.
Let's head over to this side. We got about 10 minutes left. Let's see what we can knock out.
Okay, I'll stop warbling. I'll be short and quick. I'll give you sound bites. Yes, no.
Hi, Jamie. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you. Come on, hurry up. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Despite all acting and everything, do you have any special hobbies you enjoy doing, writing and other than music?
Yeah. I write. I paint. I like to kill cats. I'm joking. Of course. Hamsters. Fuck. Dark. I paint, I write, I surf. I have an old truck that I'm working on. Anything that gets me kind of outdoors, I'm into. In my old age, I'm not too much of a fan of being in the city for too long. So I like to be outside. Thank you. I was only joking about animals. Internet, I see you.
You're up.
Ooh, hello again.
Hey
it's
again.
Nice to see you. if anything, Twilight's coming back. The whole Renaissance is upon us. And with you playing Caius in New Moon and Breaking Dawn, I'm wondering, do you have a fan cast for Bella and Edward, since what Catherine said, Jacob Elordi and Jenna Ortega?
That's cool. Fan cast for Jacob or Edward. John Cleese as Bella. Mr. Cleese, if you can hear this, I'm sorry. Big respect. Did he just walk by?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. And come back to me on Edward. I'll have to think of a funnier answer.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And you have a question? Or you do? Okay.
I'm speaking for this one right here.
Hello, young man.
And he wanted to know how Vecna survived being lit on fire.
Because he's so badass. Yeah, and he fell out the window. The wind, thank you. You can come with me. Thank you.
Come on, let's get a few more on this side.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello again.
So if you could bring back any person in Stranger Things that died on the show, who would you bring back?
You want me to say Eddie Munson, don't you?
No.
But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say Chrissy. And Eddie. And Eddie.
And
thank you.
You have a question? Yeah, one last question on this side, then we'll move out.
Hi, Jamie.
Hey.
So I have to assume that you'll be going back to Atlanta soon.
I couldn't possibly tell you.
I mean, everybody else is there, but I was just curious as
I'm
to
here.
I was curious what you and your co-star's favorite pastime in Atlanta is, because I mean, having lived there, I never want to leave the house and deal with the traffic there. So
Yeah, traffic's a nightmare there.
It
and
is.
everyone seems to have an accident at rush hour.
Yeah.
What's that all about? That's
it takes me
stupid.
an hour and a half to get home from work, and it should be 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's bad. I mean, when I was down there last time, I used to drive a lot. Like, I used to go out and, like, I found, like, this, like, old towns, these places called, like, Jewel. I'd find, like, these old houses or these old, like, Antioch churches, and I'd take, like, photos there. And I got a friend of mine called Briscoe to come down, and we took a bunch of pictures down there late at night. Yeah, I like doing that. I just like exploring. That's really my kind of vibe when I'm down there. For me, it's the sky in Georgia, particularly. I don't know how you guys feel about it here, but the sky in Georgia just seems vast. Like, it just seems to go on forever. And there's something about, like, chasing that I really, really enjoy. So that's what I do. He's an old romantic at heart. Thank you.
Okay, we have time for 5 more questions. And
Okay,
look at that.
I'll be quick. I'll be quick, I promise.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi.
I've been a fan since the Mortal Instruments,
Thank
so
you.
I was wondering if you've ever taken anything from set and what's your favorite line?
Taken anything from the Mortal Instruments set or any set? Mortal Instruments set? I think I have the chair back from, like, like we have those silly director's chairs that have our names on them for our egos. I think I took that. And what's my favorite line? The one I always write and generally people don't ask for this, if I'm, like, writing it in their books or whatever, I tend to write, like, "You are a shadow hunter, Clary." So I tend to write that. I think that's quite personal for people. So I use that one a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello. Would you like a hug too?
I mean, I wouldn't turn it down.
Get your question out. It'll be more. Trust me.
I just wanted to know which one of your characters required the most research to get into that headspace.
That's a very good question, and I appreciate that. And I could spend the next 45 minutes talking about it, but I won't. I really, 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 really enjoyed getting into Henry, and I really enjoyed getting into Vecna. It's something that... wait, hold on. I can't say that. I loved it. I spent a lot of time researching things both in the scripts that I could take and also real life people. And so in that, I really got to understand the idea of childhood trauma, of why young people can do bad things, how they can fall into really bad circumstances, and form a sort of, like, more informed decision, I think, on humanity and on people as a whole. You know, I think in general, I think in general, and I'm not trying to be preachy here, but this is a personal opinion. I do think that it's the job of all of us as a worldwide community to look after one another. And I think the idea of just like straight up incarceration for people can be a really fucking bad idea, So it really helped me understand that more. So thank you. For some.
Hi, I
Hey.
was just wondering if you have a dream role out of any character ever written.
Barbara Streisand. Thank you.
And last question.
Hi.
Hey,
So we know you can sing and we know you can act. Have you ever
but can you dance?
But have you ever given thought to maybe trying to do Broadway musicals? And if so, which Broadway musical would you want to do?
Oh, this is an interesting question. So I actually did a musical in London not too long ago, and it's actually where I started. I started in a group called the National Youth Music Theatre in England, and we did a show written by a guy called Howard Goodall. Howard wrote the theme songs for such shows as Blackadder and so on and so forth. And it was an adaptation of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was about 12, I think, when I did that. So we went up to Edinburgh and did it at the Edinburgh Fringe. And then we went down and did it at a town just outside of London, a small place called Guildford. And then more recently, in like 2015, I did a show at the Phoenix Theatre, which is where the Stranger Things show, the First Shadow, is now going on. And that was a musical also. If there was a musical that I could do now, I think given at the moment kind of where my headspace is at with like understanding people and wanting to kind of explore that a bit more, I love Dear Evan Hansen. I think that's a great show. I really do. The music's great. It's a good time. It's real cute. Hadestown is also cool as well. I like that. Wicked is great. Did someone say Sweeney Todd? Spam a lot. Haven't seen it. Yeah, there you go. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Happy days.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
for
you're so
coming out and
welcome.
doing this.
Thank you all so much.
Jimmy
Thank you for having me here.
Come on, show the love. Keep it going. He is still here.
Thank you very much.
Jamie Campbell.